Welcome to the Daily Bollocks. We track the money, map the networks, and expose the lies of the professional outrage machine. In October 2024, a 61-year-old grandfather named Peter Lynch was found dead in his cell. He was a man with diabetes and angina who had recently survived a heart attack. After receiving disciplinary papers for a prison rule violation, he died by hanging in HMP Moreland. Online commentators immediately reframed the event. They described Lynch as a political prisoner and alleged a coordinated deep state cover-up, using the tragedy to drive engagement and stoke anger across their platforms. The records of the case suggest a different pattern. The death of Peter Lynch highlights the mechanics of a movement where followers are positioned to absorb the impact of dangerous rhetoric, while the instigators remain at a distance. This pattern was visible on August 4, 2024, at a Holiday Inn Express in Rotherham. As the building housed over 200 asylum seekers, a mob smashed windows and attempted to set the building on fire. Peter Lynch stood at the front of that mob. He carried a placard alleging a conspiracy between judges and the media and screamed at the line of officers in riot gear, calling them scum and accusing them of protecting killers. Lynch was repeating talking points he encountered daily. Influencers in this network consistently use apocalyptic language to describe social issues, framing the police and the state as an existential threat to the population. The franchise relies on radicalizing people like Lynch to act as the movement's physical front line. The followers provide the confrontation and the imagery, while the organizers who craft the rhetoric stay away from the legal and physical risks. The legal fallout for the followers was immediate. For his role in the Rotherham riot, Peter Lynch was sentenced to 2 years and 8 months in prison. The judge noted that while Lynch did not physically attack any officer, his conduct and presence encouraged the violence of the mob. Lynch entered the prison system with a failing heart and chronic health issues. On October 18th, he received adjudication papers for a breach of prison rules. He was found unresponsive in his cell the following morning. The followers bear the total weight of the consequences. Working-class citizens are left to navigate the prison system alone, while the leaders who directed them to the riot move on to the next campaign. As Lynch entered prison, the leader of the movement, Stephen Yaxley-Lennon, also known as Tommy Robinson, was fleeing the country. He left the UK to avoid a high court hearing regarding his own contempt of court proceedings. While Lynch was in a cell at HMP Moreland, Yaxley-Lennon was sunbathing and broadcasting from a luxury resort in Cyprus. This breakdown details actual expenditures. Former employees report large sums, like £33,000, are withdrawn for luxury clothes and parties. He operates through aliases and burner companies, establishing entities like the English Defence League Ltd. To handle funds before dissolving them to avoid public accounting. The model depends on this disparity. The followers are directed into legal conflict to provide the movement with its momentum, while the organizers use the resulting donations to fund a lifestyle of luxury abroad. The Robinson franchise functions by converting social friction into engagement. That engagement triggers law enforcement action against followers, which is then repackaged to extract capital from a radicalized donor base. The moment Peter Lynch's death went public, this extraction process accelerated. Engagement spiked, and donation counters began ticking up by the hundreds of thousands. The network rebranded the suicide as a symptom of two-tier justice. By framing Lynch as a martyr, the influencers redirected the grief of their audience back into the machinery of the grift. The machinery of the franchise turns a follower's death into a solicitation for the next round of tax-free donations. The tragedy is used as marketing material to find the next wave of supporters for the front line. The man behind the Tommy Robinson moniker has served time for assaulting an off-duty officer and conspiring to commit a £600,000 mortgage fraud. The mechanism concludes here. Followers are pumped with rage and directed into legal conflict, while the organizers distance themselves, using those ruined lives to fund their own survival. Keep your wallets closed. Keep your eyes open.